Welcome back to Chrono Trigger. We pulled ourselves away from Mario Odyssey to finally record this again.
Not me, I already beat it.
Shut up! I only have one more kingdom to go, goddammit. We've all only had the game for less than a week. Anyway, we're here at Toma's grave. I'm sitting here trying to get this... I'm sitting here checking behind Toma's grave and like, oh wait, I already got the tab that was behind the grave.
Yeah.
Long time ago. It's just been that long since I've been here.
Right?
Anyways, I'm trying to remember exactly what it is we're doing. Oh, I think this is the... I had to come back here and, like... Oh yeah, the ruins. We still have to fix the ruins. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, but I don't know why we're back in 1000 AD.
Because you have to jump between 1000 and 600 for some, like... Actually, I think what I came back here for is I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because there might have been, like, treasure chests or something that I missed.
Maybe.
Or maybe... Oh, yeah, that's one of the new things, too. Now that the Black Omen's in every era, people just kind of accept that it just floats there now.
Yeah.
I don't know if people just kind of worship Zeal or not, or if Zeal's just kind of lording over everybody now, but...
I don't think...
People are just like, oh yeah, the Black Omen's here.
Yeah, maybe... Well, considering it's been existing in this version of the timeline for, like, thousands of years, they probably just see it's like, oh, that's that thing. Okay.
Yeah, like, it's always been there for them now, but what I mean is, like, I don't know if they kind of just worship Zeal now, or if they just go like, oh, that's there. Yeah, that's always been there.
Yeah, I think it's just that last one. It's always been there, but since Zeal doesn't really do anything unless you go outright to confront her.
Yeah, she's not Kefka. She's not raining death lasers on everybody.
Yeah, she's just using that to, like, withdraw from Lavos' energy.
You would think she would, like, rain death beams on everybody.
Nah, because I think doesn't Lavos kind of need, like, human lives in order to, like, enhance his or something like that?
No, he's sucking the energy out of the planet itself. So I don't really think having humans alive really gives him any more energy than just stealing energy from the Earth in general.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't really remember.
I don't know either. They don't really they explain in the future one time that Lavos is just like a giant parasite that sucks the life out of the planet until it's run dry, and then he jumps to another planet.
Right.
Which is why 2300 is dead, because Lavos just kind of woke up in 1999 and killed everything.
And I just got an email from Nintendo saying that Rocket League is coming out on the 14th for the Switch. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah, you know what else is coming out on the Switch on Friday? Sonic Forces.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I've heard really mixed things, like even more so, like it's like they
I don't know.
It's like they went like pre-Sonic 06 with how everything works.
No, from what Luigi's been telling me, because he's been keeping up with it, is they do not take the story seriously at all.
I guess.
It's not Sonic 06 levels of bullshit. It's, if anything, it's taking the Sonic 06 aesthetic and making fun of it.
I guess.
Like the main villain, Infinite, he's edgelord to the extreme on purpose, and the game makes fun of him for it.
Well, I figured that much. I mean, when they revealed Infinite, I was like, really? Are we going this route?
Yeah, it's Mephiles done right. Pretty much.
It's how Mephiles should have been taken, not seriously.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Anyway, coming into the ruins here, we have the Ghost of Cyrus, and you can't do anything about him. He's just kind of here. The village south of here is just like, yeah, don't go near the ruins. It's kind of possessed by a ghost, and the ghost is Cyrus.
Hey,
after a while,
after a little bit, you learn Frog Flare for whatever reason. Nah, I know why.
Well, because the battle's done, and I haven't had Frog and Luca in the same party in a long time.
I know, but it just seems funny because you didn't get any experience, any money, but I know you really didn't beat him or anything, but just all of a sudden you learned Frog Flare.
It's because It's because once you learn the two techs you need to get dual techs, the game will automatically give you the dual tech. So since I have Flare and Frog Squash, I have Frog Flare. And I'm still leveling up stuff for Magus, so it's kind of poetic justice that I'm bringing Frog and Magus along for this side quest. It's like, hey, here's the guy that Magus killed. Magus?
Magus just looks away, just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like, oh, you're still here. I thought I killed you.
He's like, do I have to kill you again?
Anyway, as long as you're in 1000 AD, Cyrus's ghost is just kind of taking over this place. So, we have to fix the ruins in the past in order to make sure that it's not haunted in the present.
Yep.
The game doesn't really explain this to you. You just kind of have to know.
Something like that.
Like, you go to 1000 AD and you find that out. I guess you're just supposed to assume, okay, if he's here in 1000, let's see if he's there in Frog's time, which is when he died in the first place.
Right.
And this is when you find out that the ruins are completely... Well, you'll see in a few seconds when I decide to go in there.
Aren't they still fucked even in 600?
Yes, they are. And the side quest for this one is you have to repair the ruins, which takes a while because it's a lot of back and forth. This is probably the most tedious side quest, only because you keep jumping between the same two arrows like 4 times to get through it.
Yeah.
It's also probably the easiest because you don't have to like keep backtracking, and it doesn't take nearly as long as, say, like the factory, which in certain cases can take forever, depending on if you grind there or not.
Yeah, I guess.
I personally think that the garbage chute in the factory is the fastest area to grind in, because until you beat the factory, that area keeps respawning over and over again. And most of the enemies can just be one-shotted with like Luminaire or something. But yeah. And I think this is when I'm trying to decide, like... Oh, I remember what I'm doing now. I'm giving... someone... Was I giving... Yeah, I'm giving Luca the... what was it? The gold stud, so that she can just spam flare on everything. Gold stud, there we go. Cuts MP usage by 75%. You see, this is why I don't understand why the DS version gives you even more broken accessories, because you're already broken enough with the standard accessories as it is.
Well, don't you want to break the game even more? I mean, just like it's not enough to break it in half. You gotta break it into quarters. You gotta break it into eighths.
Like, does the DS version give you an accessory that cuts MP usage by 80%?
Eh, not that I am aware of, but even then, that's like a minuscule upgrade at most.
Minuscule, and then, yeah, coming from the guy that says, hey, you get the new sword for Chrono that gives you 90% critical instead of 80%, which is not minuscule at all. It's the same concept!
Isn't it 70% with the rainbow sword?
I think it's 70% with the rainbow sword, and then you get one in the DS version that gives you 80% critical.
No, the DS one gives you 90%, so...
Still,
instead of 7 out of 10 times being...
It's 9 out of 10 times.
Which is pretty damn close to 100.
But that's my point. Like, you're saying, like, there's no reason to get a accessory that cuts your MP usage by 80%, but it's okay to get a critical boost of 80%? It's the same concept!
No, I mean, like, going from an accessory that cuts it by 75 to an accessory that cuts it by 80, I'm like, that barely takes off, like, 1 or 2 MP.
It's better than nothing. Fine, 90%.
If it were 90%, then yes, I would definitely be okay with that.
Anyway, all we have to do now is just kill all the monsters so that the guys can repair this area. This is why I said this can get kind of tedious, because you run through like 2 or 3 floors fighting a bunch of monsters, then you have to leave, go back to the bar and tell the guy to fix the ruins, then go through the ruins again and kill more monsters, go back. Thankfully, you only have to do it like 3 times, but still, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to just, like, go through it all the way. See, and this is why, because we can't get into this door, because there's a huge hole in the frickin' floor.
Yeah, this gives me some... I don't know why, this dungeon gives me, like, Well, some really huge Oracle of Ages vibes, and I can kind of see why now.
Well, Oracle of Ages does have the time travel mechanics, so
Yeah.
maybe that's why.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Even though the time travel mechanic is nowhere near the same as it is in this game.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I mean, there's a few parts where you actually have to do stuff in the past to affect the present, but I don't remember you having to do it that much.
I honestly can barely remember.
I'd have to watch your old LP of it, and that's like a really, really old LP of yours.
I think you'd probably be better off just buying it on the 3DS and experiencing.
I think I did buy it. I did buy it on the 3DS.
Then do it that way because my old LPs suck.
Oh, come on, they weren't that bad.
They were horrible. No one
You at
tell
least
you
didn't
otherwise. This is coming from the guy who made it himself.
But at least you didn't record with a camera.
Yeah, it's true, but still, it doesn't make it any less horrible.
Okay. Well, you tried to redo it,
Tried.
and then you and Opaque just kind of said, "Fuck it." Also, since you get a lot of experience and money, you can just go back to the inn, and the inn only costs like 10 GP, so you should never lose unless you really, really screw up.
Yeah, and you look at you. You got like 180,000. You don't need more money.
Yeah, like, come on, Magus, you only need to learn 2 more techs. I've had you in the main party since you joined. Why are you so slow at learning techs? Oh, right, I'm not grinding. But even still, I would have at least assumed you learned Black Hole before this point. I must have had... Oh, I think there must have been like one battle where... There must have been like one dungeon where I didn't have Magus, and so he didn't learn enough stuff. And this is how you learn about the Rainbow Shell. You're not really supposed to know about it yet, but you can learn about it here. Thomas Pop. Thank you for translating that, Woolsey. Censorship everywhere.
Come to my grave and pour this on my headstone. Gee, isn't this more morbid?
It's like, yeah, if I go searching for the Rainbow Shell and die, just pour this on my grave and I'll do it. And it's like, wow, I guess I'm gonna die, aren't I?
No, it's like, if I die, wink, wink. Go ahead and pour this on my tombstone, wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Come back in 1,000 years and do it, damn it. We'll do that later. That's the last side quest I'm gonna do before I go to the Black Omen.
Yep.
And I completely forgot to... Oh, yeah, those are the guys that are supposed to, fix the ruins. Except they're not, for some reason, because they're lazy fucks.
Nah, it's because their boss isn't...
Oh, yeah, and their boss is also getting drunk, so... But you can't fix that until you get his tools, which are actually not here. So, wrong button, me. God damn it. For some reason, I always forget what button actually goes to the time travel thing. So we have to go back to the present to steal his ancestor's toolbox to give back to his ancestor. What the sense make?
Why not?
How does that work?
Because time travel, man.
Well, this is one of like the 3 times where time travel actually affects the plot, so I'm okay with it.
Well, time travel's always affected the plot. It's just for a side quest like this, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's one of those. It's one of like the 3 or 4 times where you actually have to go, where you have to actually go out of your way to time travel to do stuff. But yeah, so he's still drunk off his ass in this area, so you have to go talk to his wife.
I guess.
Because I think if you talk to him, he's like, "Oh, you want to borrow my tools? Go talk to my wife. She'll give them to you."
Yep.
And that's what I'm trying to remember where. There we go. It's like, thankfully, his house is literally right over there. But that could have been a dick and been like, yeah, he's like, damn it. So yeah, after you go, so you have to go to the ruins in the past first, in order to do this.
Yeah.
Then you come back to the future, or then you come back to the present, talk to him in the present to learn about his toolbox in the first place. Then you can get it.
If anything, no, this is his descendants' toolbox.
Yes. Which is why this makes no fucking sense.
So you gotta go.
So
you gotta go to the ruins in the present to go to the ruins in the past to figure out that you gotta fix the ruins in the past. So you gotta get the guy's tools, but he doesn't have his tools. So you gotta go back to the present, give him his descendants' tools.
Because apparently, even though they're on the refrigerator in the present, they're not on his refrigerator in the past.
Well, it is a 400-year difference, and it's not even the same guy.
True.
It's just the sprite of the same guy.
It's the good thing that the world doesn't change in 400 years. It's also, thankfully, his ancestors drunk off. Also, his descendant is drunk off his ass in the present, so he just doesn't care.
Nah.
So now comes the fun part. Now that we've given him his tools, we can go fix the ruins.
Fine.
And this is the most tedious fucking side quest ever. It's not even that it's hard, it's just boring. Oh wait, I went to there too early. Shoot. You have to go back to his house first.
Darn.
Come on past me. This is why it's tedious. You have to keep going back and forth between, like, 3 different areas. Nope, wrong house. Bottom left. There you go. I know it's confusing past me, but there's only 4 areas you can go to. God damn it. There we go. So now that he's at his house... Yay, I'll fix the ruins. And his... Weren't you the one that has just been sitting in the bar drunk for 2/3 of the game, you lazy fuck?
I know, but that's called hypocrisy.
That's the point. Okay. Now this part's just... This is why I say this is tedious and annoying. Let's go fix the ruins. Once the game just... There we go. For now. What? God damn it! So this is how this dungeon works. They'll repair part of the dungeon, so you have to go and kill all the monsters in that dungeon, in that part of the dungeon. Then backtrack all the way back to his house and tell him that they're dead, so that he can fix more of the dungeon. You have to do this like 3 times. And it's not hard, it's just extremely tedious.
I think that's the point. I don't know why it's the point, but it's the point.
But, like, they could have at least made it be like, okay, once they're all dead, you just go back to the beginning, and then they come in and say, hey, did you finish everything up?
Yeah.
Instead of forcing you to go all the way back to their house again.
Especially with the PlayStation's load times, it just makes it a lot worse.
And then I forgot, oh right, these guys absorb magic. Sorry, Magus! Well, they absorb shadow magic, I should say.
Yeah.
It's like, whoops, my bad. I forgot about that. But thankfully I have Frog and Luca. But yeah, I don't hate this dungeon, it's just, out of all of the side quests, this is the most boring. Because, hey, you like seeing me do this? Well, you're gonna see me do this for like the next video and a half, because that's all I do in this dungeon.
Oy.
You go in, fight a bunch of monsters, leave, tell them the monsters are dead, they fix more of the dungeon, rinse repeat like 4 times.
Honestly, I think I would have just cut most of this out. I mean, sure, leave the exploration in a little bit, but just cut out all the monster fighting if that's just what the main gimmick is.
I will eventually, but this is why I kept it in, because I never actually showed off Frog Squash. Yay! A giant rainbow frog comes out of the sky and smashes shit.
It's not even that strong, just because Frog isn't at low health.
Yeah, it's one of those things. The game doesn't really explain that it's stronger the weaker he is.
It does, actually.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I never paid attention to the thing there.
Yeah, it says it in the description.
Okay. Also, I think the only reason why I keep battles in is if I can beat it in one turn, I keep it in because it's only like because it's only like a minute. But that's just me.
Yeah, but those minutes add up, sire.
Shut up! I know. I know. Shut up.
That's the point, though. Like, if you've already fought the monster, then you know how to destroy. Then you've shown it off once. Then you already know what to do with it. Just cut it out.
But what if I want to show off Flare because it looks kick-ass?
Then you
Look at that.
Yeah, I know, but you showed that off in the last battle too.
Shut up.
You showed off Frog Squash and Flare, so why show it again? You just wasted 30 seconds.
Oh, stop it.
Then you're gonna waste another 30 seconds, and that's gonna add up to a minute.
Will you shut up? Alright, and then there's a black chest there too. Shit. Which we can't get to because there's a giant hole in the front of the door.
Yep.
Hey.
Is this one of those things too where like you have to kind of activate the chest in the past, open the chest in the present?
Yes, that's how most black chests are. Which means yes, you're gonna have to backtrack through this same area in 2 different eras multiple times.
You mean that's
Fuck.
You mean that's not the only black chest?
That might be the only black chest in that area. I don't know for sure. But yeah.
God, the PlayStation load times are making this a lot worse.
It's not that much worse than the Super Nintendo version.
No, the Super Nintendo version load times.
And then every time you want to repair more of it, you got to give him 2,000 gold because he's a jerk.
Yeah, what does it matter to you? You got hundreds of thousands of gold.
Yeah, but that's still a dick move.
At this point, you should.
I know it. I mean, I get that his job is to repair shit, so he needs to make money. But goddamn, man.
Hey,
You gotta pay him the 2,000 gold every time. And also, I'm going back to the inn to just heal up all my shit. Because using the high-level spells uses up a lot of your MP, and you kind of need it for later. Like,
well, then again, with Luca, doesn't she already have that little gold band thing?
she does have the gold stud, yeah, but what about Frog?
Yeah, who cares about Frog?
I just wanted to use Frog Squash, goddammit.
There you go. Okay, that just...
I'm being lazy. I'm being fucking lazy.
You were already halfway there!
Shut up! I don't care.
You wasted more time going halfway, walking back that same halfway, than taking the right back!
Shut up! I made it to the fireworks factory, alright?
Yeah, I know, but it took you 2 hours instead of 1.
No, it didn't. Shut up!
Okay, an hour and a half instead of just 1.
No, it didn't. You're over-exaggerating. Anyway, see, now that they've repaired more of it, we can actually get in here. Yay!
No, we
Still can't get in that door, though. What's up with that door? God damn it!
I think you have to clear out all the enemies in order to get to that point. But then again, actually, alright. Wait,
Yeah.
Didn't they fix the basement?
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't explain exactly which room they repaired.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here and be like, wait a minute, which one did they do? And they're like, oh, god damn it. I'm like, wait, are there... Like, I thought
actually,
they were, like,
as far as I'm aware, they don't fix any more until you've explored every possibility. So
yeah,
so you'd
that's
have,
what I real.
So you had.
That's what I realized here. I'm like, wait a sec, was there a monster that I haven't killed yet?
Yeah, they probably didn't
Then
do
I
any
realized,
progress
right.
at all, so you just wasted 2,000 gold for nothing.
No, they just... No, it's not true. See, yeah, they fixed this area here.
I know, but you never went into this area, so they probably already fixed it on their first trip.
No, they probably fixed the next area, which is why I haven't gone into yet.
I know, but you never got into this.
There we go. There, see?
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
never
you're supposed
made
to
it
come
beyond that door in the first place.
Well, you still have to repair the rest of this area, but... Now we're at Cyrus's grave, which I don't know how Cyrus was buried inside the ruins, considering I'm pretty sure in that flashback, Cyrus's body was completely obliterated.
Something like that. I don't really remember what happened.
Speaking of Cyrus, also I love this scene. Unfortunately, there's no FMV cutscene
That would have been
that they added
interesting.
in this version. This is really the only thing you have to do. Once you do this part, his side quest is done. You don't really you don't have to repair the rest of the ruins if you don't want, but you'd be missing out on a lot of chests.
Eh.
Mainly the black chest, because that's the important one. Oh, the irony that I have Magus sitting right there. It's like, oh, yeah, I remember. I kicked your ass.
He's like, oh, you're that guy. He's like, well, he's just like, no, you're that guy. What was your name again? It's top of my head, tip of my tongue.
It's like, oh, wait. No, it's like, you don't even know my... No, I don't know your name. All I remember is that I killed you.
No, I just imagine Magus snapping his fingers as he's trying to remember, like, he's just like trying so hard to remember. He's like, I'm sorry, I've killed at least 100,000 people, maybe. I can't remember.
Fuck it.
He's like, fuck, I'm not gonna try anymore.
Anyway, there is a reason why I brought Magus here. It's not just for being a dick, but after all this, the Masamune gets powered up.
Does that mean
and for some reason, Magus is really, really scared of the Masamune.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
That's like the only time you ever see that sprite of him, and it's just like... They never explain why. It doesn't make sense for why he's afraid of the Masamune, because he came from the time period where magic existed. Well, if anything, he came from the era where the Masamune was forged.
Well, maybe it's because the Masamune, it's like has as potent magic as the 12,000 BC era did. So maybe it's like the only thing that could really weaken him, because it could stand
maybe it's got
to
like
him.
the same. Maybe it's got like the same powers as Lavos or something.
I think so, because isn't that how Lavos was created, or how the Masamune was created? Because they stabbed they stabbed a dagger into like the little mammon machine.
Into the mammon machine, yeah, and the red knife absorbed the power of the mammon machine and became the Masamune.
So yeah, that would explain why.
It does. It's just one of those things where it's like they don't really explain it, so this one little scene here is pretty awesome. I was like, yeah, Magus does not like the Masamune.
Well, he's not gonna like it anymore now. Especially now that it's Frog's strongest weapon.
Yeah. It's weird how the second weapon you get for Frog ends up being his strongest weapon 2/3 of the way through the game.
He's still like, ugh, put that shit away.
He's like, onward all. Also, hey Magus, can I try something?
You just sliced off my legs.
Ah, my arm! You son of a bitch! That was for Cyrus, you son of a bitch. So, yeah. Yeah.
That's a huge
153
difference.
to 197. He's almost got 200 attack with the Masamune now. That is Frog's best weapon. You will never need to buy anything else for him ever again.
Not like there's much else to buy from him anyway.
Technically, once you get the Masamune, if you really wanted to, you could just keep the Masamune on him forever.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's kind of the point. You're already near the end of the game, so there's really no other weapons that could be stronger now.
Yeah, so technically that's the only thing we needed to do, and this side quest is done, but there's a bunch of chests you can get, and we can fix the rest of this area.
No!
Shut up! I'm trying to get as close to 100% completion as humanly possible in this LP.
Eh.
Besides those black chests that I didn't get.
Damn.
But that's the end of this part for now. Now that we have the Masamune, we're technically done with Frog's side quest, and all we have left to do is Marl's.
Eh.
Yay! And that one's annoying.
Annoying, but it's a lot more interesting than going back and forth between some ruins.
Well, I wouldn't say annoying. It's probably the second hardest, but if you save it for last like I did, it's probably the easiest.
Well, yeah, you probably grinded at least like 5 levels by the time you get to it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you guys for that part.
Yep.